Hey, it's good to be back with you all. Last week there was no video because we've been busy with a big move. Yes, my family is moving in just a week's time. It's a very exciting time in this household. If you missed the last two videos, which were all about finances, then you're going to want to go and check that out. You can go here and here to find those. Today I want to share with you 3 things that have stopped me from my growth. This is going to be a lot about going back into my story. Now, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of everything, or else we would be here all day. But I think you're going to find what I'm going to share very interesting. And I'd love to know in the comments below if you can relate to any of this. So, without further ado, let's get started. Here are 3 things that have stopped me from my growth. Number 1, depending on others. Now, I come from a farm in Canada, the youngest of 7 children. And when I was younger, I really struggled in school. Actually, I was diagnosed with what's called cognitive learning disability. This struggled and put such a pressure on my life. It also didn't help the way I viewed and looked at myself. I didn't think that I would really do much of anything with my life. And one thing was for certain, that I was very dependent on other people. And you know what? I did need the extra help. But it stopped me from trying to find the answers for myself. And also, I brought this into adulthood. Always depending on other people for their advice, for help with certain things, only to find myself disappointed and not able to have the skill set to find the answer for myself. Number 2, listening to the wrong advice. Now, along with depending on other people, I was also searching always for other people's advice. And some of this advice, although people meant well, didn't help at all. Some of it only actually left me more emotional and more not knowing the answers. Most people do want to help, and they mean well. Now, I believe that the best advice comes from God. See, my confidence was only in what other people thought or said, either about me or the situations that I was in. This stopped me from relying on God and asking Him for His ultimate advice. Good advice and good counsel is highly recommended. But the thing is, if it is stopping you from your growth and stopping you from how you think and how you feel and what their opinion is on the matter, then it's going to stop you from your growth. As a Christian, I would say to ask God for advice, but also be very wise in who you ask advice from. Number 3, comparing myself with others. Now, to be honest, I still sometimes struggle with this one, but when I was younger, I struggled with it a lot. I always was comparing myself and putting pressure on myself to try to do better, to try to be better, to try to look and present myself in a certain way. This honestly put so much pressure on myself, and it robbed me from joy, from being just me, beautifully and wonderfully made. The reality is that when we are comparing ourselves to others, we are more focused on the other person, and we are not focusing on our skill set, our talents, and ultimately, our dreams. This left me being a very emotional, torn person, and I was very upset most of the time. Can you relate to anything that I said? Is something like this causing you to stop your growth in your life? I'd love to hear about it in the comments, and no judgment at all. I firmly believe that where we are is just where we are at the moment. I have seen myself growing a lot. In life, we can either learn from our struggles or we can let them overtake us. Now, if you are ready to talk about it, then I highly encourage you to book a discovery call with me. This is a free 30-minute call where we can get to know each other and you can see if I would be a good fit to be your life coach. Go to the link in the description to book your call now. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you're wanting to hear more content like this. Have grace on yourself, take the necessary steps to move forward, and never ever give up. You got this. Stay joyful and kick ass.